Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome back to the Music City Surrey Showcase. If you are just joining us for the first time, this is a series where we showcase all of the amazing musical talent that we have in the city of Surrey. I am Keely Rammage-Scott, and today I am joined by the one and only incredible Emma Alves. Emma, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh. So you and I go way back. We went to high school together.
Yeah.
Which is so crazy because I knew you when you were first starting out with music. Like, by the time you were 13, you'd released a full-length album. So now I want to kind of hear about what the steps were in that journey to get you from that point to where you are today.
For sure. Yeah, I kind of, there was this like management company that kind of took me under their wing back when I was younger. So they helped me kind of release that album. And things had kind of fallen out. I kind of took a break from music for a little while because I just felt like I wasn't being myself and I wasn't playing my own sound. So the journey's been kind of slow getting back into it and finding like the music that I actually want to perform and stuff like that. But it's been a really, really nice journey because I've got to find, I've been able to find myself a little bit again. So, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, you talk about like the music that you want to play as an artist, and that's so important to find your genre and to find your fit. I think we were talking a little bit before the interview started, and you were telling me that you're going to be releasing an R&B track later this month. For reference, we're in September of 2022 right now. So by the time this video comes out, that song will probably be out everywhere. It's a collaboration with a friend, right?
I actually, I said EDM, but R&B is... Oh, did you say R&B or EDM?
EDM.
Oh, oops, I misheard you. Yes, I'm going to be doing an EDM song, which is really new for me. I like the genre, but I've never experimented with that sort of music before. So that's been really cool. Yeah. And yeah, I really like to experiment with a lot of different types of music. So I figured, why not?
Because you've got that style. And I know that on Spotify, you're in the process of releasing acoustic versions of all of your own music too. So I guess you really just like to jump over all of the different places. Like what feels most like yourself when you're writing?
Ooh, that's such an interesting question. It really depends on like the mood I'm in. It changes really, really rapidly. For a long time, it's been R&B for the past little while. But I've gained a couple new friends who are really into the rock scene, like the metal scene. So that's been really influencing me lately too, which is really interesting. So lately it's been like alternative R&B mixed with like, I'm getting some like rock players on my music. So that's been really cool too.
So like all of those styles come out in the different songs that you release and you kind of do a mishmash of multiple genres in your own way. That's so cool. Like, what would your Spotify playlist of inspiration tracks look like then? What's the kind of mix there? Oh my gosh.
All over the place, really all over the place. I've been really loving some smaller artists on TikTok that do some metal music. Like I really like female screamers. So that's been added to the playlist recently. I really like Men I Trust, Benny, Sabrina Claudio. But I'd have to pull out my phone to like tell you exactly what the playlist looks like. But yeah,
that's so cool though, because that's like I'm hearing so many female fronted like artists too, and such a variety. Like I think Men I Trust, and I don't think Sabrina Claudio. So it's so cool that you're able to pull from so many different references.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and you produce yourself too, right?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah. What's that journey been like, growing into yourself as a producer?
Yeah. Well, I really wanted to have a big hand in it when I first started in music. And I kind of, not that I wasn't allowed to, but other people kind of took the lead on that. And as I kind of progressed and worked with, as I kind of progressed away from the people I had been working with and more into my own style, it just kind of naturally flowed.
Yeah.
And it's a really good creative outlet for me. And I think it a lot of the times really dictates where the song goes. Like not a lot of people give credit where credit is due for producers. So.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Totally agree with you there. So I guess it kind of almost felt like you were under someone else's thumb before when you were growing up and being managed.
A bit. Yeah. Yeah.
So coming into your own style it must be really freeing.
Definitely.
Yeah. So who are some people that you like collaborating with now that you've found yourself, and what does it look like when you're collaborating with other artists and other producers?
I'm still exploring that part of it. A lot of it right now has just been friends of mine in the music scene.
Yeah.
So we're just kind of all figuring it out together. But I'm really open to collaborations. Like whenever somebody hits me up, if I'm not too busy, I'm genuinely really open because I like all different styles of music. So that's been really fun figuring that out.
Yeah, because another way that you and I reconnected was through a group called the Project Van City, which is just this huge collective of local Lower Mainland musicians that pull videos together. And I know Miles, who's been in a couple of Music City Surrey videos before interviewing people, has also been on videos. You guys did one together. It was like a Ruth B mashup, right, with Daniel Caesar.
Yeah, that was so much fun.
It was such a good video. So what's it like being on a team of people like that? What's that environment like for you?
So cool. It's so great to be in an environment with people that have the same interests as you. And I feel like there's these like different pockets of people in the Vancouver industry for music. And it's so great to just be able to hang out with like all these different people, get to know them and like see different styles. It's just so cool.
Yeah, it really broadens your influences even more as an artist too, right?
Yeah.
To be able to work with different people on projects.
Totally.
Cool. So you've got some new music coming up. I know that you've got singles that are coming out in the closer future, and then you said you're working towards a full-length record in spring or summer. What's that record going to look like then, with all the influences you've listed?
Definitely like an alternative R&B style, with some of those like rock players that I mentioned before. And I'm still exploring what it's going to look like. I do have a couple solid tracks that I'm working on right now. And it's going to be like a like a heartbreak album.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So really bringing it back to performing then. You've been performing for years and years and years. What would you say is your favorite way to perform?
Definitely with a live band, like full band, like a club sort of atmosphere. It's just so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you pull in like some of these friends that you've met in the scene to be your band members then?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. We're going to do a show together in November.
Yeah, we are.
This is so exciting.
Little self-plug.
Yeah.
Excited for that. Yeah. And when you are performing in those like stripped acoustic gigs, what's that setting like for you? Do you bring an acoustic guitar? Do you bring an electric guitar? Or you're a multi-instrumentalist, aren't you?
Yeah, it kind of depends on the vibe that I get, what I've been working with lately. Recently, it's been a lot of electric guitar, and then I bring my cue cord as well, which is kind of like an omnichord.
Oh, cool.
And then I have this like plug-in. It's like a beat buddy, so it like you just like press on it and it like makes a beat for you, and then I use the cue cord with that and it like kind of fills it out a little more. So it really depends on the venue, but I like to experiment with a lot of different things. And I actually the other day I bought a keytar, and I'm so excited to start using it because I play piano too, but it's just such a pain to like lug my like 88 key keyboard everywhere. So that's gonna be fun.
We love women that are into music gear.
Yes.
Music gear is my bread and butter. People that know me well know that I could get into talking about basses for forever, but I'm not going to bore you guys with that.
Not boring. It's not boring.
Yeah, right? Seriously.
Yeah.
That's the way that our brains work, though.
Exactly.
So, like, it's so fun, too, that you never used to think of a coffee shop as one of those atmospheres where you could bring this entire setup, but live looping really opened the doors for so many musicians with different multifaceted talents, like keyboard players who are also guitar players. Like one example that really comes to mind is Elise True. She plays drums, she sings, she plays guitar, and then you watch her live looping, and it's like something like that's just so engaging.
That's really cool.
Yeah. And like the fact that you can bring all of this, your entire setup, it sounds like, and kind of emanate. I don't want to say like exactly reproduce what a live band sounds like, but the fact that you can emanate so many different facets of your music is so cool, especially because you produce it yourself, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's nice to kind of be able to have the option for sure.
Yeah. Awesome. What is one piece of advice that you would give to up and coming artists? This is the question that I always ask everybody for reference.
It's so hard because like I'm still a baby on my journey, so it's hard for me to give advice to other people. But like just experiment and kind of see what you like. You can always like change down the road, and like working with other people is just such a cool experience. And I would definitely recommend trying that out and like like playing off of each other, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely sounds like from what your experience is and what you've told me that you're really interested in the idea of changing things up too. Like if one path doesn't necessarily go the direction that you want it to lead, there's nothing wrong with trying again. So perseverance is a real thing there.
Exactly.
For sure. In
Yeah,
music.
definitely. And then maybe that path's not for you. So just try something else out.
Yeah. Not the same shoe fits everyone, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, where can people find you online?
You can find everything my whole internet personality on my website, www.emmaalves.com.
Yeah.
I've got everything there.
Cool. So, and then Spotify, Apple Music, all the streaming platforms, all of
Yep.
the social medias, that's where you can find Emma. And of course, we'll link it all down below in the bio as well of this video. And we are going to have Emma perform an original song up next. So make sure to stay tuned for that. And if you liked this video, please like, subscribe, and give us a follow. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Hey, oh, the sunshine you was a little apprehensive to us. Less than enough, less than enough. Was mommy at the best, at the best. Baby, why you gotta be mad right now? Hey, baby, I don't understand how. You probably had I been through this. You don't know what it is. Would you like to know now? So, my body was subjected to your approval. My existence is not meant to satisfy you. One thing I tell myself as a younger woman: don't underestimate your full potential, baby. Don't pick up his call. Don't pick up his calls. Was love apprehensive to us? Less than enough, less than enough. Was mommy at the bus, at the bus? Are you calling me, calling me, calling me? Why you keep on calling me? Why you need to call on me, call on me, call on me? I need you to stop it right now, baby. I said you're calling me, calling me, calling me. Why you need to call on me? Why you keep on calling me, calling me, calling me? I need you to stop it, baby. Oh, no. No, this is genuine love. To us, less than